Sul, hello, and Labus. Welcome to another episode of the Payne Family Ultimate Decades Challenge. As you can see, we're starting at the Fitzroys today, the scene of the crime, we might call it, because of a couple of different things. In terms of things to know, we lost another day to pleading and losing Sims, which is a real bummer. Grim was completely merciless and relentless. My main hope... talk to the teacher, kiddo. My main hope when I was doing it was that we would have been able to save Artem Brewer, since the Brewers are in real trouble. Arthur's the only one who's left with baby tries out of all of them. And honestly, I am struggling to see him wanting to remarry. But since they only have Sawyer left out of that entire line at this point, he's going to have to, I think. And I also had hoped to save at least one of Jefferson II's kids. But Grimm said no to everyone. Like, he said no about everyone. There's just tombs everywhere, so it's a real bummer. I don't know what's going on with that guy, but he's being pretty hard on us these days, so that's fun. In terms of what's going on with the Jacobsons and the Fitzroys, since it's relevant right now, first, Edwin Jacobson finally married his arranged marriage wife. And they are trying to settle into life together. Her name is Lorena. She was a yeoman, so she's from a lesser noble house. And she is creative and a bookworm. She's good. She's outgoing. Edwin has 11 baby tries, but Edwin is very anxious about pregnancy after his twin died from pregnancy complications. And I don't think that seeing all of the death of these past couple of years is helped. I think he's basically completely overwhelmed and he is shutting down emotionally. Lorena is very much younger than he is, and she's kind of sort of like a romantic person. She is a little bit, she's a bit self-interested because she's so young, and she had thought originally that if she gave him time after his sister died when he was away at war, that he would return and everything would be fine. He would be kind of this perfect guy that was very romantic. And while he did start out that way, as soon as he found out that she was pregnant, he shut down completely. And he sort of like has pulled back into himself. And they have a strained relationship with each other. They did have the baby, but I haven't done the roles yet, so we'll find those out at the end of the episode. Kieran, meanwhile, has moved to the estate that was being prepared for him and his wife, the estate that he bought for their future together. And at first, Gree and Kennard went with him to sort of look after him in his grief. But they received word that Eleanor and Adam both passed away from the plague and that they had children who were left who were all alone. So they left Kieran to come and check on the children. They've already been to the Woodhampses, and Osmond basically told them that he's got this and he'll let them know if he needs them. But now they're here at the Fitzroys, where, of course, Adam II and Blanche are all alone. All alone. Man, it's such a bummer. To be honest with you, like, these roles have been intense. Oh yeah, some more urns over here. We'll just pop these guys out here for now. I don't have a plan currently for dealing with them at this exact moment in time. Yikes. Okay. Well, anyways, we're here at the Fitzroys, not just for that, but also because it's Adam Jr.'s birthday. So let's all go over here and root for Adam. If Adam doesn't make it... Listen, these guys better be getting married and having... They better at least be having children. I don't mind so much about if they get married. They can choose not to get married. They can have as many affairs as they want to. But, oh, Kennard. Kennard. Oh. You know, it's so crazy because the Jacobsons, Gree and Kennard, they have been so lucky in life, except for now so many of their children have died. Like... They started off with such great odds, but it's kind of gone sideways lately. Happy birthday, Adam! Adam is such a good mix of his mom and his dad, so he's an insider and neat. Okay, Adam, I get those vibes from you. And for his aspiration, he wants to be the leader of the pack. Okay, kind of makes sense. Yay, everyone's cheering for you. Okay, Adam, we're just gonna get in there and get these rolls over because honestly, like I can't handle it anymore. I can't handle it. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, what a cute little face you've got, buddy. Wow, you look like your mom and dad. Okie dokie. For Adam the second to survive, he cannot roll the number 7. That's it. That's it. 2, he's fine. Is he gonna get married? He will, very barely, and we're doing babies on a D10 these days. First one doesn't count, so 7 baby tries. Thank you, Adam, for pulling for the team. Thank you for working with us here. Oh, he's so cute. He looks like his mommy. Oh, he's so adorable. He is such a good mix of his parents, of both Adam. What is floating behind you? He's such a good mix of both Adam and Marisol. He's got Marisol's eye color. He's kind of got Marisol's eye shape. He's got Marisol's teeth. But he's so adorable. What a blondie, too. They're also blonde. Blanche, my young friend. Oh, that's right. I had to turn aging off for the day while everyone was dying. These things happen. So Blanche has 11 days. 11 days. Oh, Blanche and Adam. I think that Gree and Kennard are going to stay here with these guys for a while. They should really have household members coming back, but I don't know. Alex and Aiken are still fighting. They're fighting big time. They're not cool with each other. So I don't know if either of them are going to come back. Arthur is freaked and he's spending time with his family, his remaining family member. Oh, I know, Gree. I know. We're going to go ahead and head over to the main family to see what's new with them because there's a very exciting and scary birthday there today. So I will see you when we get there. Oh, yikes. I am freaked out about these rolls. I'm just freaked out generally. Dang, I do not know what is happening, but every time I come over here, the mead stuff has disappeared. So Esmond, do you mind going out there and harvesting all this prairie grass for us? Thank you so much, sir. So I guess bandits are coming through and stealing stuff or whatever. It's really annoying. Really quite annoying, in fact. But what can you do? That just happens. Used. Gross. Oh yeah. Here we are at the Paynes once again. And we're here, of course, to check on the main family. The boys are doing okay. They're just about the only ones doing okay. Everyone else is depressed. As is the way. Oh, Goatzilla. Do you want a bottle? Do you want to be cleaned? Do you want to talk for a bit? And maybe we can milk you? Heidi's away, and when she comes back, she's wearing the wrong outfit. I can tell. I've already seen it. But yeah, our meat stuff had disappeared again, so that's a lot of fun. It's fall. It's day 5, so we haven't harvested yet. Okie dokie. Good to know, good to know. I'm gonna shear you. Do you mind doing the laundry for me? I know that you're really depressed. Hello, Luella? What do you mean no available wash tub? It's right there. Heidi, what are you wearing? Why did they leave and come back in outfits like that? Okay. Do you mind then washing things for us? Are you pregnant? Doesn't look like it. Are you pregnant? Dang. They cannot conceive. They just cannot conceive. I have tried everything that I can think of. They've woohooed so many times, but they just can't do it. Oh, our animals are elders? That's sad. Do you want to make an arrangement I meant to do this a while ago. Do you want to make some white chrysanthemums? Listen, I have tried to get you two pregnant, but you just don't seem to be conceiving. I would love for you to have one more baby. The panic is really set in now that we've seen how everything's gone. Things are dark out here, man. Whoa, 13 eggs? Holy guacamole, dude. Are any of them hatchable? No, of course not. Wow, spoiled? Dang. All spoiled? You go in there. Why do you have so much cheese? Dude, what are you doing? Why do we have so many milk types? Strange. What is everything in your inventory, dude? I don't know what you're doing with all this stuff in your inventory, but it's very strange. I don't know. Harper's been collecting stuff. Oh, the boys are over here just chatting away. I forgot that Luella needed to read to them, so that's my bad, my bad. Thought we had some books somewhere. Yes. Luella, will you please go here and read to your sons? You two just sit there and wait patiently for Mom to come. She's coming. She's coming to read you both a story. You know what's annoying about this, though, the read to a child for 2 hours, is how it doesn't, like, it doesn't just do it on its own, how it only works for, what, like 30 seconds or something, and then it stops. Like, he doesn't have any hours, and he doesn't have any hours, so we'll have to queue this up multiple times. It's kind of tedious. Luella, will you come back down here and read to them again? They've got exactly... Oh, they do have 1 of 2 hours. No, only 1 of them does. Okay. Oh, the goats have come over, and Cotton Ball. Hey, dudes. Unfortunately, Cotton Ball, you didn't make it through the plague. I'm so sorry. It happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us. Man, they are so depressed. At least the boys are in a good mood. They don't seem fazed by any of this, but I guess for them it's probably just normal, isn't it? Like, this is just reality. They don't know any other kind of life. This is just how it is. Oh, look at all of them over there. They're so cute. Oh my goodness. Who do they know that went down? Whoa, how did Evelyn's dad die? I didn't do that. That must be in Neighborhood Stories. There's Federico. Oh yeah, her brother. Alice. Dovile, that's who they're all mourning right now. Oh my goodness. It's crazy inside of their relationship panel. What can you do? Everyone go ahead and get some food because it's kind of depressing out here right now. You can eat something, you can eat something, and then once everybody's eaten, it's actually Luella's birthday to an adult, which is why I really wanted her and Knox to get pregnant already, because the fertility drops down once they're at the adult life stage. And so it would have been nice to have already conceived, but what can we do? What can we do? Wow, nobody is sitting in the dining room anymore. Nobody's interested. Hey, a rabbit's in here. Hello. Oh, they're just so cute. Kenrick and Edgar are the best of friends. Luella, why are you sick again? My goodness. Yeah, why don't you just come over here and you can like chat with your mom. You can chat with your bro. You can say hi. Ooh, don't do it. Complain about your parents right in front of your mom. That's a choice. Poor Esmond. Oh, a baby chick. Another baby chick. Wow. Forgot about you guys. 2 roosters. It's always roosters over here. There are so many birthdays coming up in this main household. Luella's becoming an adult today. Harper's becoming a young adult tomorrow. He is just still hanging out at home, doing his own thing. And then Edgar's becoming a teenager really soon. Yeah, in 2 days. Which is so thrilling. Can you believe it? It'll be the next generation already finally A teen. If he survives everything. Okay, Luella? Luella, nobody's here. I'm so sorry. That was my fault. Poor Luella. This isn't fair to her. Yay! Luella, please make it through your rolls. You can do it! Yay! Luella! 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 Oh, she's an adult. She's a full-grown adult. My goodness. Can you... Yeah, sure. I don't know what I clicked. I think it was society requires school for success. Why is everyone hanging out in this bathroom? Well, at least you guys are actually taking care of your needs again. Oh, Luella. Please come and, I don't know, knit sweaters. Oh, can you make a child sweater? You could make a child sweater for one of your... Oh, make a tan sweater for your son for when he becomes a teenager in 2 days. Oh, I'm really sorry if my voice is nasally. I am sick once again, but I'm recovering from it really quickly this time. It's just a normal cold. Oh, Luella, no! For Luella to survive her birthday to a adult, she cannot roll the numbers 3, 6, 11, 13, or 18, and the first one doesn't count. Obviously, I lost the dice from before from Adam's rolls, so hopefully that doesn't bite us in the butt. Okay, she just squished through those two. She just squished right through them, which I will take happily. I will happily take that. Because I really am just not ready to lose Luella. Do you know what I mean? Well, it's getting pretty late here. So I don't know. Do we have any food left? Who didn't eat? Somebody obviously didn't eat. You can't fake me out. No, they all did. Esmond, do you want to go take a shower? Actually, you love your wife and your wife loves you and time is short. So why don't you do that? Luella, do you mind going to the bathroom now that we know that you've survived? Why don't you and Knox also try and conceive since you both want to really badly? Oh, their relationship is complicated. Oh, Luella. Was that hunger dropping? It's hard to say. But anyways, I'm going to let these guys sleep. Ooh, I'm going to let these guys sleep for a minute. And so I'll see you in the morning. Oh no, someone else died from Neighborhood Stories. Estrid Thomas. They were shared on the gallery as well. That's actually Kieran's wife, Alice, was a Thomas. What happened? The game said the plague really is here. A plague of neighborhood stories. Okay, he retired. That's fine. You've got a job. Marquis Sanderson got. Some people moved. Okay, that's fine. Estrid got so angry she burst into flames. Darren Hekekia put his finger in an electrical outlet. Oh, gray stroke. Oh, got a job. And Eagleston passed away. Man. Oh my gosh, Luella and Knox just cannot... They just don't feel comfortable together. Like, that's really as far as it goes. Like, they really just don't feel comfortable together. Because she just got the feeling of being afraid that her partner is going to cheat on her again. Like, ugh, still not pregnant. They're never going to conceive again. I don't want them to interact like that anymore because... The thing is that every time that they do, they still feel uncomfortable with each other. They immediately get the fear of being cheated on. And so to me, that just says that, like, it's just not working for them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not working. It's just not working. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. Oh my gosh, Edgar, good job. Mental level 10. Oh, and you got the reading for 2 hours. Nice. Okay. Edgar, you've got how many days? Just one? Oh, I kind of slacked off. Well, what's your other skills? Cross-stitching, violin, logic only level 1. I say if we can get him to logic level 3, then we just check that one off. If that is mac and cheese, so help me, Luella. Can you make a meal? I want something else. Can you go to the shop? The village? Yeah, go to the meat market because I want something else. I don't mind spending the money. Yes. Okay, I want a turkey. I want a boar, I guess. We'll get some venison meat. That's as much as you can buy? Why? Why can't we buy more? We've got loads of money. Hello? Dude, they cut us off. They were like, you can't buy anymore. It's rude. Hey! Fine, I don't want the boar. I want another turkey. They cut us off. They said you can't buy anymore. Times are lean. Damn it. I accomplished nothing. Okay, if we could just get... How do we not have enough for anything? An apple... Wait, 3 apples and 4 pears. Luella? Why is nothing open? No! Luella, can you go back and see if they don't remember you from the time before? Oh, yay! Edgar got to logic level 2. Yeah, just go and see if they don't remember you from before. Maybe they'll let you buy some more stuff. Esma's just over there having a swell old time in the bathtub. Yes! Wait, this isn't gonna help still. Well, whatever, I'm still doing it. They tried to cut me off before and I didn't much care for it, so... Dang it! So rude! Dang it! I just want us to have a nice... Go to the village shop, Luella. It's finally opened. Also, don't go in there. Oh, buddy. Okay. Well, we're gonna buy some of this. We're not fools. Buy some of that too. Oh yeah, let's buy some poultry. Can we buy more of this stuff or are we gonna get cut off again? I would love to buy some pears if you've got them. Okay, no pears. Fine, I'll buy some apple. Okay, we got cut off again. Dang, dude. These shops are like, no, you've reached your limit. There is not enough food for everyone. Dang it. We're still 3 potatoes short. Okay, Luella, go back one more time. They really won't remember you. Who's calling Harper? Yeah, Graham sent a letter. We'll talk to him. We'll talk to him. Are you at logic level 3 yet? Yes. Perfecto. Luella, please come back with enough potatoes. I really want us to have a nice meal today. We're going all in on potatoes this time. All potatoes all the way. Potatoes, please. Since they don't have pears. Oh, they won't. Okay, it's 25 from this shop. Well, now that we've established that, we've got to head off. So I'll see you when we get to the next household. Okay, so here we are at the Beauchamp house where it is Everard Fitzroy's birthday to a child. Very exciting, very exciting. Elena, his mother, also known as Adam's lover, and Everard are still here staying with the Beauchamps. They were supposed to move to be somewhere with Adam, but it was still all being arranged when the plague came through, and we all know how that went. So basically, they are still here for now. Happy birthday, Everard! Oh, Everard! Everard's so cute. Ingrid, do you want to put some candles on that? And let's see how you go, buddy. Old pal. Everard has aged up. He is a bookworm. Okay, fair enough. You can be mental then, buddy. This head shape and these eyes, those are Gree. These eyes are Gree, like the shape of them. The color, no, that's his mom, but the shape of them is definitely all Gree. Oh, Gree, you're passing down your genes. For Everard to survive, he cannot roll the numbers 3, 9, or 19, so... Oh my goodness, I just had a feeling he was going down for some reason. I'm really glad that he isn't, because, I don't know, I just feel like we need children. We don't have that many. Like, that's the reality of the situation. We just don't have that many children left right now. So things are grisly. Ingrid seems to get along pretty okay with Elena. She actually wants to become friends with her, so I guess you can talk about toys, hip bump maybe, talk about your favorite animal, talk about the current weather. The situation here is really strange because right now they're still with the Beauchamps, but like I said, they know that they're supposed to... Elena knows that she was supposed to be moving out with Adam, with her son, and probably with some of his children as well, but he went back to see his family right when the plague got there, and he ended up passing away, like we saw last episode. And so she doesn't have anything by way of security. Like, she doesn't know what's going to happen. She doesn't know what this means. And so she's kind of anxiously awaiting the reading of the will to find out if Adam left her anything or provided for her in any way, or her son in any way. I don't know exactly how likely wills were at this point in the past, but I did read that they existed in the Middle Ages because they originally started in ancient Greece and Rome. And the reason we know that they existed in the Middle Ages is because women's wills apparently started appearing in the 13th century. Thanks. So that's fun that women started to get wills as well, but Elena's not somebody who would have a will. She's not rich enough for that. Oh, Ingrid, what are you doing? Browsing some books? What book is this? Huckleberry Bush? What? Anyways, so that's kind of the situation here. They're still staying with the Beauchamps, but they might come into some money. They might not come into some money. Everard might be picked up as a legitimate son, depending on what the will says, or he might not. Like, we just don't know. So Elena is pretty anxious about this because she thought that her future was taken care of, and now she doesn't know what the future is going to hold. But isn't that just the way of life? None of us knows what the future is going to hold, do we? Also, today's the last day for plagues for the English families, so the Beauchamp household is up. But on that note, we're going to head back to the main family for Harper's birthday and also to learn about the plague stuff for this year. So I will see you when we're back with the main Paynes. Luella, I am so excited for this meal. Can you please make a proper meal for everyone? I want venison steak because it could be our last day. We don't know. Luella, what on earth are you wearing? I'm just gonna change it from here because I don't want to have to cancel out what I just started, basically. Esmond, are you okay? Okay, buddy. Harper is peeved, maybe about becoming a young adult? I don't know. I don't know what his deal is. You're doing great. Can you scatter some feed, please? Well, while these guys are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Black Death. So we'll go ahead and do that now. The Black Death, or what people alive at the time often called the Great Mortality, is one specific outbreak of Yersinia pestis that happened at this point in time, about 1347 to 1351-ish. In total, this outbreak of plague kills a quarter of the world's population, even though it doesn't make it to several continents. It's kind of interesting to note that this isn't the first or last outbreak of Yersinia pestis, which is the plague bacteria. According to genome sequencing, the plague goes back at least 5,000 years, all the way to the Bronze Age. However, there's also evidence of a Neolithic plague, as well as a plague in Rome before Trajan became emperor. But the one that we know 100% was also caused by Yersinia pestis is the plague of Justinian, which killed something like 10 to 15% of the global population, even though it only reached the Eastern Roman Empire, Northern Africa, and Near Asia. There are still cases of plague every decade on every continent, so the bacteria is still very much in existence. And in all likelihood, Yersinia pestis evolved as a human pathogen around the agricultural revolution thanks to farming, the domestication of animals, and human crowding. When livestock were domesticated and there was long-term storage of grains that happened, that led to humans obviously being closer to animals. And of course, rodents are an animal that love grains. Some rodents accidentally got domesticated at the same time as livestock. They basically adapted to the easy life of just being able to hang out around humans and collect their food. And essentially, that is a contributing factor to plague. Once the plague bacteria got into humans, it originally started just small epidemics that popped up intermittently until the bacteria learned how to adapt, learned how to grow, and was ready to take on the world. The most suspected source for the initial beginnings of the Black Death is the marmot, but I've seen some point specifically at a marmot species called the terabigin. I don't know how to say that. Marmots are still linked to cases of plague today, so it stands to reason that they may have been the source back in the day, which I think is kind of interesting personally. Now, the next little bit is pretty gross, so you may not be into it. Personally, for me, I'm pretty interested in stuff like this, but I understand if it isn't for you. So feel free to skip ahead for the really gross part. In terms of the life cycle of Yersinia pestis, what happens is that a flea takes a blood meal from an infected animal, and the infected animals could be something like a marmot or a rat, although there are other possible sources too. Generally, 30% of fleas who take a blood meal from an infected animal will contract the bacteria themselves. However, the amount of bacteria in the animal can also impact the percentage of fleas that get infected. Once infected, the Yersinia pestis travels to the flea's stomach where it multiplies so that within 3 to 5 days, the bacteria completely blocks the esophagus of the flea, which creates the opportunity for the disease to spread in 2 ways. First, by now, the flea has moved on to a new host, typically a rat. And second, because the flea is starving and dehydrating, it tries to eat, but it cannot. Instead, it vomits blood and bacteria out onto the next rat. By the time the flea dies of starvation or dehydration, it will have barfed 11,000 to 24,000 bacilli into its next host. However, all it takes is a couple of bacteria. You don't need that much, so this becomes incredibly contagious. In mammalian hosts, the bacteria spreads from the bite to the lymphatic system, then on to the lymph nodes, which is where, in humans, the buboes form. Once it's in the lymph nodes, it replicates and replicates until it spreads anywhere it can. Interestingly, different rodents have different susceptibility to plague, making some of them able to survive with it and others able to live longer once infected with Yersinia pestis. Over 200 mammalian species are known to be naturally infected with plague, which is why it continues to pop up. But Rattus rattus, also known as the black rat, is the plague's favorite spreader. There are 2 primary cycles required for the plague to become an epidemic instead of just a case of the plague. First, you need an enzootic cycle where the disease is able to circulate without causing a large die-off. This is really important because this way the flea can survive long enough to share the disease, which is an important thing for a disease to become an epidemic. Not ideal for us, but that's an important step for an epidemic happening. Second, there's also the epizootic cycle, which is where the bacteria spreads to other species so that that species can share it to lots of animals that aren't used to having it. So the animals who aren't used to having it will die off quickly. They don't have an actual immune response to it, which leads the fleas to jump from the quickly dying animals to their nearest friend, the human. Now, there are 3 different types of plague in humans, which is part of the reason why the Black Death was so devastating. The first is the bubonic, which we touched on last time. The bubonic plague is basically caused by an infected bite from a flea, and it follows the same cycle as happens in an animal population. The bubonic plague preferred locations like the armpit or the groin to focus on and form the buboes, which, as a gross little side note, accounts say that they actually made gurgling noises like the buboes were speaking. Bubonic plague has an incubation period of 1 to 7 days. It includes symptoms that are like general sickness symptoms of fever, chills, aches, vomiting, nausea, but very specifically, you also get the buboes if you have bubonic plague. This type of plague has between a 30 to 60% mortality rate, and this is the gentlest version of plague that you can get. This is the nicest one. The next type of plague in humans is the septicemic plague, which is where the bacteria gets into the blood directly. That can happen either by spreading from a bite that has a load of bacteria, or it can happen through an open wound. And let's all take a moment to remember the flagellants. Yes, they definitely added to the fact that they could have gotten plague by doing what they were doing. Untreated septicemic plague has a mortality rate of essentially 100%. It's almost 100% fatal. Not only that, but septicemic plague can be a secondary form of bubonic plague, meaning that it can become a condition from contracting the bubonic plague. So you could get bubonic plague and it could just get so out of control that it becomes septicemic plague. And also it can be a secondary form of the final kind of plague that we'll touch on. The final kind of plague is, for me, by far the most terrifying, and it's called the pneumonic plague. Pneumonic plague has the most epidemic potential because it is spread by respiratory droplets in the air from the infected individual coughing or sneezing, just like the common cold. And as a fun fact, you can actually get this from infected animals coughing too. Wow, so fun. Pneumonic plague only has an incubation period of 24 hours, and it is so fast moving that you can actually die of it within that 24-hour period. Symptoms of pneumonic plague include shortness of breath and coughing. At first, it'll be a dry cough, but then it'll create tons of phlegm, blood, and bacteria, making it one of those that easily would be shared between people caring for their loved ones. This type of plague is most infectious at the end stage during the last few hours of life, but the body also remains infectious after death because the bacteria stay alive for a while. And like I said before, it only takes a few bacteria to infect you. It doesn't take that much. Pneumonic plague has an untreated mortality rate of 90 to 95%. So again, not good odds. With pneumonic plague, you also get the buboes. And they are especially nightmarish because in the end stage of pneumonic plague, the buboes open up and ooze their bacteria and blood out, which helps it to spread to people nearby. These are the 3 types of plague that are going around Europe during the Black Death, which is one reason why so many people died and why, even though I hate it, it isn't unreasonable that 39 Sims have failed their roles out of the 66 Sims who have rolled so far. The biggest indicator of whether you would survive the plague as it came through back in this time was the rat population in your area. A high rat to person ratio is the worst situation. You basically wanted other people around for the fleas to jump onto as the rat was moving on from this world. So if there are more rats than people, you have a big problem. There aren't enough people to disperse the fleas amongst them. Something I learned about rats is that they can fit through a hole the size of a human pinky finger, which is pretty crazy. If you've ever seen a rat, you know, they're pretty big. That's wild. And something else that I heard, but I already knew, is that they can climb up through your toilet. I've actually seen that before. I came home one night, went to go to the bathroom, and there was a rat swimming in there. It couldn't get up the sides of the toilet, but had gotten into the toilet through the pipes. So, you know, that was a fun thing. I always look in toilets before I use them these days. The Black Death was a major catastrophic event that impacted the future of Europe, which is what we're going to talk about next episode and our final Black Death episode. Thank goodness that we're at the end of it. But it is worthwhile to mention that this isn't going to be the last outbreak of plague. It is by far the worst outbreak of plague, but the plague keeps making a comeback like all great and terrible diseases do. But for now, of course, in this playthrough, our major concerns are the families who are up for their roles today, which is the main family. But first we have a birthday to take care of. So let's do that, Harper. Let's do that birthday.
Fruit Simba.
Happy birthday, Harper. Up he goes. He's creative, he's lazy, and childish. Harper, buddy. Just really leaning into it, aren't you? I can't remember what his aspiration is, so... fortune. Maybe he wants to be fabulously wealthy. He's lazy, though, so it's kind of funny. For Harper to survive his birthday to a young adult, he cannot roll the numbers 6 or 14, so... he's fine. Oh my gosh. We really might need him later. We really might need him later. For now, he's just kind of hanging out, you know, but at some point he might not be able to just hang out. We might need to tap him in to make some babies. Because Luella and Knox have not had so many children, obviously. Well, they've had 5. I think they've had 5. They've had 5 or they've had 4, but only 2 have survived, so... it's actually kind of true for what happened. Most peasant families didn't have 5 children that survived, so we kind of push reality with this, but kind of have to sometimes. I just had them all go ahead and do the woohoo, you know, they gotta live it up while they can. Oh, they're so in love. Oh, here they are right next to their own marriage certificate, Esmond and Heidi. He looks so happy with himself. No, you're perfect, bud. You're perfect. Whoops. Oh gosh, I am gonna be devastated if the boys don't make it. I literally couldn't even talk around my own tongue because I thought about that all of a sudden. If Edgar and Kenrick do not make it... I don't know what's gonna happen. I need you to take a pregnancy test, and I want you to take a pregnancy test. And Knox, buddy? Your wife wants to talk about her relationship fears. Heidi's not pregnant. Not shocked. Oh my gosh! Luella's finally pregnant! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I know that I said that I didn't want them doing the thing, but like I wanted another baby so badly. She wants another baby so badly. Guys, you're expecting again. Oh, you're expecting. I'm sorry that you're sick. Please talk about your relationship fears. Wait, Knox? Knox? Oh my gosh, they're both sick. I hope that is not a bad sign. I'm scared. Oh, but she's finally pregnant again. Oh my gosh, and that's basically the end of the episode. It's the end of the half year. Oh my goodness. Guys, please, 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 please. Oh gosh, okay, some good news to finish the episode on. Let us think. What happened in the background? In the background of this year, the things that happened were a lot of the animals of the Payne family died, except for the chickens. The chickens did pretty well. Only one chicken died, but the cow didn't make it. And none of the other small animals except for Sugar made it. They fell to the plague. It is very ominous that Grimm is just over there hanging around Not today, Grim, not today. Edwin's wife, Lorena, made it through the pregnancy okay, but their first child did not. And I don't think that that's going to help Edwin any with his fears. At the Narva house, Alton, the boy, survived his birthday to a child. And in addition, James Greystoke also became a young adult, just like Harper. Their birthday is on the same day. Seamus packed up what was left of his life and took off for Lithuania with the bones of his family members, determined to lay them to rest with the rest of his family in his own native land. Sophia had another baby. Sophia was fine, and the baby also lived, which is very exciting. However, nearby at the Miskinnis home, they were worried because Vitalia was missing and hadn't been seen for a few days. They didn't know where she was, but they knew that it was a cause for concern if someone left and wasn't seen for a few days in these times. But on that note, those are all of the things happening in the background, and of course, we have got the plague rolls to do, so fingers and toes crossed, everyone. This is the last one for the English families. Oh my goodness. Who's gonna be left? I'm scared. So, like we said before, we're doing a D4 where evens mean that they don't make it and odds mean that they do. So, age order first. Oh, I'm scared. Okay, the de Beauchamp house first. Thomas de Beauchamp doesn't make it. What about Elena Garner? She doesn't make it either. Oh my gosh, that's both of the adults. What about Ingrid, Edith's baby? Oh my gosh, she's gonna make it. Okay. And Everard? Okay, the kids made it. The kids made it. Oh my gosh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Now on to the main family. Esmond is gonna make it. Heidi. Heidi's not gonna make it. Oh no, when did I get so attached to these guys? Knox isn't gonna make it. I mean, he's not the most sympathetic character. And he's been really sick. Luella. Oh my gosh. No. Harper is gonna make it. Edgar. And Kenrick. Oh my gosh. Okay. Edgar didn't make it. It makes me so sad. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's think about this. Luella is pregnant. She's finally pregnant. In the last episode, I saw a comment after I'd already dealt with The Sims saying, like, for Ivor, since she was pregnant, was I going to wait and have her have the baby first? So I guess I can do the baby's plague roll, because if the baby lives through the plague, like if the baby that's inside of Luella lives through the plague, maybe we can wait for her to give birth. So the baby would survive the plague. You'll have to let me know what you think. Should we let Luella be sick and have the baby before she passes on? Or should we say that the baby is not going to make it? In fact, I'm going to do all of the baby's rolls. So the baby, of course, couldn't have rolled a 1, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 17, or 20. I'm pretty sure those are the numbers. And so the baby would survive its birth rolls and plague roll. So, oh my gosh. Let me know if you think that that means that we should let Luella have the baby. It would survive. I can't believe that we just lost so many of our Sims. Poor Heidi and Luella.